welcome back to Vlogmas Day 4. Thank you for watching. If you are new, hi, my name is Paris. I'm a wife, mom. I love to cook, bake, decorate, all the good stuff, you know. So yeah, but I hope you enjoy and subscribe and happy holidays. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. So starting off, I'm making a homemade pie crust for my chicken pot pie. I absolutely love this recipe. I've tweaked it. I found a couple online that I liked, but I tweaked it to my liking. My husband absolutely loves this recipe. For this one, I made it with biscuits on top, so you can use canned. I made homemade because I didn't have canned. But yeah, anyway, so let's go ahead. For the butter, you are going to use, so this is to make one pie crust, so you can just double it to make two. You're going to use half a cup of unsalted butter. You got to cut it into cubes. And then you're going to use 1 1/8 cups of all-purpose flour. So if you were to double, that'd be 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Half a teaspoon of salt, and then 4 to 5 tablespoons of ice water. It needs to be ice, right? I use a blender for this part, but blend it up, and then you got your dough, and you put it in the fridge, and it's great. Like, you put it in the fridge for like an hour. So I made that first, and then like about an hour and a half later, I started on the chicken pot pie filling. So this is the filling that I make. It's 1 can of cream of chicken. It's a 10.5 ounce can, right? And then don't throw that can away after you empty it. You're gonna do 1 can of milk, so that same can, plus 3 tablespoons on top of that. And then you're going to do a 1/4 cup water, but you're gonna mix that in with your 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon powder. And then you're gonna do 4 to 8 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 pound of chicken chopped, celery, 1 can of peas and carrots, 1/4 of an onion, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, some smoked paprika to taste, ground mustard to taste, and pepper and salt to taste. Now these are just the ingredients. This is not how you do it in order. So you can go, if you want, you can watch the video to see how you do it in order, but I'm gonna keep talking and tell you exactly how to do it in order, so that way it's both, I guess. So after you've made your dough, what you're gonna do is you're gonna melt some butter in a pot. I use a pot, I don't use a pan, because it's literally gonna be one pot that I throw everything in, right? So I melt the butter first, and then I'm gonna brown up my chicken, you know, cook all my good chicken, and then after I'm done making the chicken, I take it out and I put it in a bowl and set it aside. I add a little bit more butter, and then once I have that butter in there and it's starting to melt, I add in my salt, my pepper. You can also season the chicken if you want to, it's up to you. And then I add, after the salt and pepper, you're going to add your celery and your onions, and then let those become translucent. Just basically cook them. You're going to add your ground mustard and your paprika, and, you know, just mix that all together. Then you're going to add your minced garlic, and then just keep stirring, stirring, stirring. Let that all cook together for a little bit until it becomes fragrant. And then from there, at this point, I like to preheat my oven to 350 just so it's ready to go. And then back to the pot of goodness, you're going to add some flour to it to kind of make like a roux. And then after it starts to become like browned flour and like kind of chunky, you'll add your can of cream of chicken and your can of milk, and then you'll add some water. You'll add your water and your what is that stuff called? Chicken bouillon, right? Makes it super good, super delicious. And then you'll add your can of peas, right? And then just keep cooking that, keep cooking it. Then add your chicken, and then you put it in your pie crust. But make sure before you put it on the pie crust, make sure it's already been rolled out and it's in your pan. I use a 9-inch pan because that's all we have. And then once it's in there, you're also going to want to put the biscuits on top prior to putting it in the oven. And then just bake it. I typically bake it for about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, depending. Now, if your biscuits cook up quicker than the pie crust, I would recommend taking it out halfway through the cooking cycle, put the biscuits on top, and then put them in, because you don't want those to burn. But yeah, so I hope you enjoy this video. Sit back, relax, and happy holidays.